Hello, everybody. Welcome to DR Crypto University. First episode of the tutorial section that we have. So a lot of people have reached out to us on buying their first crypto, and it can seem a little daunting, but we're just going to make it really simple. This video is not too in depth, but just going to go through the basic checklist of things to do or things to expect when buying your first crypto. So let's just get us started. A little bit about getting your first crypto. It can seem a little intimidating, but just know what you're investing in. That's the first topic is research, because research is the fundamental part of asset management. That's really what you're doing. You're investing your money into a project. So you need to know what you're investing in, okay? So whether it's Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any one of the thousands of cryptocurrencies, know what you're getting into. We'll just kind of touch on Bitcoin because it's the most popular, and blockchain technology because that's what powers all of the cryptocurrencies. So basically, Bitcoin founded in 2009. Before this, it was just paper money. There was some attempts at doing some digital payments, but Bitcoin, it succeeded because of blockchain technology. And what is that? It's basically the underlying system that powers Bitcoin. It basically verifies transactions. So if I were to send David 1 Bitcoin, he were to send me 1 Bitcoin, it just gets recorded on a ledger and it just says, yes, he sent it to him without the need for banks or third parties or fees. It's seamless, it's fast. Either way, that's blockchain. Now with that, you can expand on blockchain technology. So a lot of other projects, you'll find out that they do really cool things in the like technology space that make life better. So pick something that you're confident with, that has like a good team behind it, do your research, and then move forward after that. So the first thing that most people tend to say to me when they're new to crypto and we're talking about investing is the charts. So they'll say, hey, Robin, the volatility is crazy. Like it swings up and down and there's crashes. Now, if you were to compare cryptocurrency to, let's say, the stock market, it is volatile. It does have big swings. 20% in just a few hours in either direction, up or down, is pretty normal for cryptocurrency. So just be aware what you're getting into. But like I said, going back to the research, if you pick a good project, it doesn't really matter if the day-to-day swings go one direction or the other. As long as the project itself is growing, then that's what you're really looking for. So what does that kind of translate to is a good investor HODLs. In case you're not familiar with the word HODL, it just means hold, but they put the L after the D, whatever. Anyways, you just hold long term. So you're investing. Now, there are people that do day trading, and there is money to be made there, but just be aware that the gains that you get from day trading are pretty minimal and usually fall short of where you would have been had you just hodled or just invested long term. So now let's get into the buying the crypto. So this is probably the one that seems a little intimidating, but it's actually probably the easiest. So there's a couple places you can buy your cryptocurrency. So you have different platforms. You have third-party platforms that custody your crypto for you. And I won't go into too much detail, but let's take Robinhood and PayPal, for example. Robinhood, you buy the crypto. You don't really take it off of there. You own it, but they just hold on to it for you. And the same with PayPal. The only thing is with these two platforms, you're limited to a very minimal selection. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then usually a handful of others. But that tends to be the simplest way to invest. It's really no strings attached, no signing up, really straightforward. But my preferred method, and I would say savvy investors are going to use exchanges. So exchanges are exactly what you would think an exchange is, just like at an airport. You put cash in, like say US dollar, and then you get a cryptocurrency in return for a crypto exchange. So some of the bigger exchanges, Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, Crypto.com, these might be all names you might be familiar with. And they tend to have a little bit more advertising. So what are these exchanges and what do they offer and why should you use these over, say, Robinhood and PayPal? So with these exchanges, you can load your money up via bank transfer, and then you can purchase your tokens. And just like a real exchange, you can take them with you. So then at this point, nobody technically owns it but you. And then the cool thing about crypto is that there is a lot of different use cases that you can do with your cryptocurrency once you remove it from the exchange. Like you can stake it for interest bearing potential. And there's lots of other use cases that you'll learn when you get down the rabbit hole of crypto blockchain utility. Now, what you'll notice is when you go to sign up for one of the exchanges, like Binance or KuCoin or Coinbase, you'll find something that's called KYC. A lot of times they don't list it as KYC. It's just the basic verification. They just want to know who you are, and they don't want to know it for themselves. It's part of the U.S. government regulation. Now, if you're watching this outside of the United States, just know that KYC is generally the standard no matter what country you're in. But with that said, there are some exchanges that if you feel uncomfortable with putting your identity out there, you can probably trade via VPN, a virtual private network, or just some third-party sketchy exchange that just lets you trade without caring. So with that said, KYC, just know they're going to ask for an ID, sometimes two IDs, sometimes a bill, and then you're going to need to take a photo and upload it. So don't be scared. That's normal. Now, opening and funding an account. So I bring this up because there's a couple different ways to put your money onto an exchange. And then just know that some carry more fees than others. So technically, you can just use your credit card and load up to an exchange, but you usually get hit with pretty high fees. Let's take the crypto.com as an example. The only means of depositing with crypto.com is via a credit card, which incurs a lot of fees. They do waive all transaction fees for the first month. So that's kind of cool if you just kind of want to explore that platform. Just know that at the end of the day, you're going to be paying a pretty penny to transact on there. Now, you also have the credit card deposit. So usually it's a third-party app, just like crypto.com, but let's take KuCoin, for example. They will have a third-party vendor or banking system of sort, and they will take your credit card and they will let you buy crypto with it. Once again, for a larger transaction fee. Then you have an ACH deposit. Now that is your traditional bank deposit. Just like if you were to pay your car note via bank deposit, you put your little routing number and your bank account number, and that's how you send the funds. Same thing with the ACH deposit. Just go straight from your bank account to the exchange. This is usually the one that has the least fees. Lots of exchanges don't even charge you to do this. Now, at Coinbase, from my experiences, hasn't charged me to deposit. And then from there on, you can transact with way less fees. Now, when you do get into purchasing your first crypto, just know that certain platforms, like Coinbase, for example, make it really simple to buy your cryptocurrency. You just click, you hit buy. And then you'll also notice if you use Coinbase Pro or KuCoin or some of the other exchanges that you'll see all these different wording in there about how to buy and other options. Just to keep it the most simple form, you have your market transaction. Your market transaction basically purchases the crypto or the asset at the price that it is listed for at that exact moment. So we'll just use round numbers here for simplicity. If you're to buy if a crypto is listed on all the exchanges at $1, that's what it's trading for, and you hit market purchase, you buy it at $1. Now, there's also other options. Not on the regular Coinbase, but on Coinbase Pro and most other exchanges, they give you the option for limit orders. You have limit buy and limit sell. So basically, you can put a desired price that you would like to execute your transaction. So let's just say I look at the market and I noticed that the price of the coin was, say, 80 cents, and now it's $1, and it's only been a few hours. I understand that it's probably gonna come back down in the near future, so I put a buy order at 90 cents. And when the price dips down to 90 cents, the order executes. You can do the same for the selling on the other way. So if you have an asset, it's worth $1, and you anticipate that it's going to grow, you can put the buy order for $1.10. And if you bought it for $1, now all of a sudden you've grown 10% of your money just by simply waiting. And you don't have to do anything. You just set it and forget it. Now, that kind of wraps up the tutorial, but I will say that just with my personal experiences, if you're new and this is literally the first time you're buying crypto, Coinbase tends to be the most user-friendly for the first-time beginners. The fees there tend to be a little higher than other ones, but it's nothing too out of the ordinary. The user interface is very easy to navigate, friendly, and Coinbase does have quite a listing of coins. Now, with the listing of coins said, other crypto exchanges may have a larger list of coins. Now, with that said, we have KuCoin as an example. Huge selection, but the difficulty to use that for a first timer can be a little daunting. And then, for the most part, that wraps up our section. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below. Me and David regularly read all the comments, and we'll be happy and glad to provide feedback for you. Now, please stay tuned for all of DR Crypto University's upcoming videos. This is the first one in our beginners playlist, so when the other ones become available, make sure you scroll through those to become a savvy investor. Well, that's all we got. Thanks for watching. DR Crypto